Welcome. Your saltwater guide, Captain Dave Hansen, and I got a phenomenal podcast for you today. We're super excited. Things are going crazy, and it is Thanksgiving week. Everyone's off, so everybody should go fishing. I know a lot of you are going to the desert because you had no idea the weather was going to be this beautiful. Well, have a good time, everybody out at the desert. Tim Ogilvy and Scott Sherman and Al and everybody else that's going to the desert. Have a good time. But my goodness, we're talking fishing is going bananas. Really good yellowtail fishing on the outer banks. Then over at San Clemente Island, pretty good fishing. And Catalina is better than it's been all season long. It's just absolutely on fire and very, very good squid fishing over at Catalina if you want to fill up your freezers. Plus, there's plenty of squid to catch on the coast. Everything is set up. And then it's Black Friday week for Promar. If you go over to the Promar website, and thank you, Promar, for sponsoring our shows on Mondays and Tuesdays. We appreciate everything you do for Captain Al, Captain Justin, Captain Pablo, and Sonny and myself. We appreciate everything you do. So thank you so much. But without Promar, we couldn't do this show every Monday and Tuesday. So thank you. And they help out a ton with the live shows at night also. So thank you very much, everybody at Promar. But gang, if you haven't taken advantage of this, started on last Friday, and it's going full bore right now, the Black Friday sale at Promar Ahi. I'll put the QR code up in a minute. When you see the QR code come up, you'll notice on it, it says 15% off. That doesn't mean anything because it's a Black Friday sale. So that means everything in the house is 20% off, 35% off on apparel. There's free gifts with purchase. There's so much great stuff going on at Promar. You're all going to be using their product anyway. You might as well save some money on it like we talk about every Monday and Tuesday, but now we're talking big savings. And then I want you, those of you that haven't seen this video before, it's time to bring this video back with the great sale they have going on over at Promar. Every part of this makes all the sense in the world. If you have not had the opportunity to go out and catch this squid that pretty much has taken over all of California. We talked about it with Don Brockman on Friday. If you saw that interview with Donnie, our podcast on Friday, we talked everything that you need to know about squid and whales and krill and everything that's going on. But gang, check this product out. I haven't talked about it for a while, and you need one of these, at least one. And I was talking to Brian over at Promar this morning. You're going to save $30 on this product. I can't even believe that. I would get two of them, but watch this video I just made for you about this product. You got to have one on your boat. You got to have this on your boat. With all the squid around right now, there's no reason to not have one of these on your boat. This is the monofilament bait hoop net from Promar. Watch this. Now, you can't get the squid to float, but we can see the white glow all around the boat. We can see it down there. We just can't get it up high enough for us to scoop it. So this monofilament bait hoop net absolutely revolutionizes squid fishing. I wish we had these 30, 40 years ago when I was doing this every day. Absolute game changer. You will not ever have to try to get it to float ever again. You just let that net sink down below where you're seeing it, and then you slowly pull it up through that giant volume of squid that won't float. And as you see the net come up to the surface, lo and behold, you'll have enough to fish with for the day. Go get your sea bass, yellowtail. There you go. And then if you want to fill your freezer, throw it in the water a couple more times. So check this net out right here, right now. With the big savings going on over at Promar right now for the Black Friday sale, you can't go wrong. Get a couple of these. You won't be bummed, I promise. Check those out. Hey, Rylan, Justin, welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
What's happening, guys?
How are you?
We're out here in the mountain, as you can see. Doo-doo-doo. And it says no fishing. So we're up here. We're going to be heading down the hill here pretty soon. We have very bad signal, but I'll jump on here in a little bit. We're going to go get something to eat, huh? Everyone's sitting down waiting for us, so we decided to jump on here really quick.
Well, Thank you very much. What lake are you at?
What lake?
Lake Arrowhead.
Nice. I won a smallmouth bass tournament there when I was a little kid.
Oh, okay. What did we catch so far?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Are you fishing?
We caught nothing. We fished for like 20 minutes earlier. And that was about it.
Oh, well. You better get in there and go eat, Ryland.
Yep. All right, we'll be back.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us.
All right. See you guys.
All right, everybody. I just wanted to throw them on there. I knew they were up at the lake. I didn't know they would jump in with us that quick. But back to what we were talking about, this net, this whole system they got going on over at Promar. You've got to have that, gang. That is a game changer. The amount of squid I showed you that came up in the net one time, that's enough for me to make it out there to go sea bass fishing. That's pretty much all I would need as far as that goes. I don't think they had any snow up there, Brian, but back to what we were talking about, that net, gang. We kind of cut it off for a second real quick, but you got to have this on your. So that net right there, I'm going to throw the QR code up here right now, and it says 15%, but Brian's here right now on the show. The QR code I got says 15, but it's Black Friday sale going on right now. You save 20%. Brian's right here on this. He can jump in here and let you know that it is 20% off that system. You have to have that, gang. With the squid going on right now and the sea bass fishing is, I think it's better right now than it was all season long. And no one is even fishing. That's the craziest thing. I was talking to one of the sea bass gurus the other day when I was up in Adolfo's, and he's not even fishing. It's really strange, the volume of sea bass, and no one's fishing. I talked to Todd Manzer today, and him and I were talking. It's so crazy how there's so much great fishing going on in Southern California, but everybody kind of put the rods and reels away because all they want is big blue. I want a big bluefin. I want a big blue. How many big bluefin do you really want? My gosh, they've been biting for 7 years. My goodness, how much fun would it be to go catch a sea bass at Catalina, or go catch a limit of big rockfish, or go catch a bunch of big calicos or sand bass? I know. When you take the picture to your work and show it to everybody, they're like, that's not a big bluefin. Listen, any booger eater can catch a big bluefin. It's not that hard. I mean, look at the people that catch them. My gosh, it's like almost zero talent involved. That's why people love them so much, because you really don't have to know what the heck you're doing to catch a big giant bluefin. But I know why they don't like sea bass, because you have to know how to fish. Great video, Dave, that you posted a few minutes ago of those big sea bass coming out of that deckhand kill bag. That's some phenomenal fishing. And some of our members that did go fishing this week had great sea bass fishing, great halibut fishing, good rockfish fishing. Just really strange that no one's fishing with the fishing as good as it is right now. It's just crazy. I know. Everybody wants a fish to hold up for the picture. Everybody wants I want a bluefin. Oh my gosh, I want a boatload of sea bass myself personally. But I don't know. I'm a little different than everybody else. But that's why our website's so good. And that's why it has so many members and everybody's having such a good time, because we teach you how to fish for the fish that live in California. Do you want to catch a big bluefin? All you got to do is follow my recipe on how to catch bluefin. You'll catch all the big bluefin you want. Most people's ego will get in the way and not allow them. You want to go catch sea bass? All you got to do is look at the community of all the people that catch sea bass. It's simple, put your ego in your pocket and go out there and do what I tell you to. And then if you want to catch a halibut, my gosh, I got my buddy Ron, I got Tim Ogle, I got so many people that have caught so many of personal best fish because of that silly little website we built. And that silly little website, yoursaltwaterguide.com, will make it so you never have to suck at fishing again unless you want to. Now, I know a lot of you are sending me messages right now looking at the QR code and it says 15%, but let me show this graphic again. This is Promar right now. This is what they got going on. The QR code simply up there to direct you over to the website so you don't have to type in promarahi.com. You can go right through the QR code. But look at this. 20% off everything. 35% off all apparel. Brian's going to throw free gifts in your box when you buy stuff. How spectacular is that? And then don't forget, Promar's got Ambush the Season going on. You guys catch a lobster in an ambush net. Take a picture of it. Hashtag Promar24 on your Instagram page. That's going to enter you into the contest to win $500 worth of product. They give it away every month. And if you're wearing one of my t-shirts, or one of my hats, you're going to get another $50 if your name gets pulled out of the hat. And then there's something else going on with the tackle stores, and Brian will put that comment up there. I'm not sure. Justin's usually my tackle store guy. But it's crazy. Steve Duncan right here on the show. Love fishing sea bass. Yeah, you do. You love it so much you even catch them. 2 weeks in a row, sea bass, halibut, rockfish, lobsters. Steve Duncan's been on that sea bass. He's been making it happen. Isn't it fun, Steve, to go sea bass fishing at Catalina and there's no other boats? And you're kind of, one of our members was telling me last night, it doesn't even seem real. Flat, classy, calm, backside Catalina, no boats, wide open fish. It's very strange. It's kind of cool, though, for those of us that love to catch fish. That's kind of fun to not have a million boats banging off the sides of us. But for the industry, I think it's kind of silly. There's websites that are built just around this bluefin thing. What crazy, crazy stuff. But look at all the great things going on at Promar. We're going to show you some great products that you can save all this 20% off statewide on all the products. Look at all this cool stuff. We never do this. Look at all this great stuff that you can get at Promar. Just going through all the products here on the show. I want you to see all the great things. There's your Promar Ahi GT4 fluorocarbon that Justin and I introduced to all of you. There's your hoop nets that you see Justin catching so many lobsters. Jeanette and Dave, you guys had a great trip catching lobsters with those hoop nets. It's just so much great stuff. And to think 20% off all of these phenomenal products at Promar, you can't beat it, gang. Look at this. And Brian's standing by right now at the warehouse, and he's texting me. He can't believe the orders are coming through right now, gang. So you want to get on this. You want to, first of all, you want to get that net that I showed you a few minutes ago. What an incredible product. The hoop net, bait net, pretty incredible product. Look at there, landing nets. You got to have those. You have to have them. It's the law in the state of California. You got to have one. It's the law. So why not get one when you can save some money on it? 20% off all those landing nets, gang. Come on. Doesn't get it. As we go through the website with Elliot right now, like I said before, you cannot believe the amount of product that you use on a daily basis anyway. And it's all available at Promar. We're going through the website right now. Look at all this stuff. Tim Ogilvy, there's a new trout net for you. Gang, those of you that like to fish trout, look at that net right there, the wooden handled net right in the middle of the screen. You got to have one of those when you're trout fishing. It hooks right to your vest. You go out there in the river and go catch one. I got one exactly that net. It's phenomenal. It's lightweight. I hook it right to the back of my fly fishing vest. It's a phenomenal product. Every single thing we're talking about right now is 20% off. How cool is that? And we just keep going through the products. I mean, we can literally just do an hour-long show on the products. There's the squid squirt, rock cod squirts right there. You know, we all talk about it. You got to have them dead center in the middle of the screen. You get 20% off of those. You're going to have them in your tackle box anyway. Grab that QR code that Elliot keeps throwing up on the screen when we get done here, and you guys can order all this stuff. There's those gloves you love. They're not the pink ones, Jeanette, but there's the blue ones. You can get the pink ones so you can look like Jeanette. There's those cedar plugs, top left-hand corner. You got to have some cedar plugs. There's your hoop net. There's the new bait, seal-proof bait tubes. You got to have those. Every single thing on this screen, we must have them on our boat when we go fishing. There's the new seal-proof bait tubes. Gang, the blue, the dark blue, they're invisible when they hit the water. Most of the guys are like, oh, we lost our bait tube. They forget that it's the blue one in there, and you can't even see it. And if you can't see it, that sea lion can't see it. How cool is that? 20% off statewide on every product we're talking about, 35% off all the apparel. And you guys have seen me wearing the apparel. You're never gonna fish without fluorocarbon. There's Justin on the wind on and the fluorocarbon. You're never gonna go fishing without fluorocarbon. Why not get the very best? The GT4 fluorocarbon from Ahi. Ahi and Promar are the same company, gang. Yes, you do love the pink. I love the pink also. Those pink gloves we're talking about, you weirdos, calm down, you bunch of weirdos. And and get as many of those lobster gauges as you can, like Justin and I talked about it the other day. That's a giant ticket. Look at, you get those lobster gauges and you get 20% off. It's almost like Brian's giving them to you. He's paying you to get them. As you go through this, gang, there's so many things here that are going to fit perfect in your stocking. And this is all over. This sale's all over next week. So you might as well take advantage of it now. Get as many stocking stuffers as you can. But that net I was showing you in the beginning of the show, and you get free stuff with the purchases. It just keeps getting better and better and better, gang. You watch our live fishing shows with Justin. It's pretty much impossible to look down on his deck and not see 4 or 5 Promar products every single time. You see me make so many videos with so many great Promar products in it. You get a GT4 fluorocarbon sampler is one of the gifts they give away. There's Justin out on the boat fishing lobsters. You look around on the deck, you see Promar products everywhere. The gloves, all those gloves they're wearing, those are Promar gloves, gang. You got to have them. Look, everybody on the boat's got a pair. So don't hesitate to take advantage of this. It's such a bitchin' deal. And you guys are learning about it right here, right now. Most people don't even know this exists. So do us a favor and share this with all your friends. Hit the share button, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, wherever you like to listen. Make sure you hit the follow button, subscribe button. It's incredible. There's hoop net flying over the rail there with the bait tube in it. And you can see he didn't get a legal lobster in there because he doesn't have the blue bait tube. You got to have the blue tube, baby, if you want to catch the big whoppers. There's Johnny Mack and Todd Mander. There we go. Darren waiting, getting to the next spot. That's our live fishing shows, gang. We'll be back out live fishing on Wednesday with Justin. So much cool stuff. So much great stuff because of Promar and our partnership with Promar. We get to do all this fun stuff, and none of it's possible without our sponsors, without all of our great sponsors. So I want to thank all of our sponsors from the bottom of my heart. But Promar, no one steps up like Promar to take care of Justin, Pablo, myself, as far as the fishing stuff goes. Promar stands in the gap for all of us, and you guys got to take advantage of all this cool stuff. And then if you guys go over to my community and look at my community and look at what's going on, this community, I built it for you guys. Everybody take advantage of the community. You go on the community. It shows you the discount at Promar. Promar is very active on the community. Look at Jack talking about, ended up with 12 white sea bass. Unfortunately, they were all short, but it was wide open for 3 hours. And he got 3 legal halibut, and he got a bunch of bass, and he had a time of his life. And then he went hooping and got a bunch of lobsters in his Promar hoop nets. Go into the community. You can see what we're talking about on the website, yoursaltwaterguide.com. And starting this Friday, we got a great deal for you. But tonight, Justin Botrell's doing the first VIP meeting with Justin tonight. We're going to break that out wide open. We're going to let 10 new people into the VIP meetings. We haven't opened this VIP meeting up for anybody in a very long time. We started this a couple years ago. We do it once a month. The VIP meetings are pretty incredible. A bunch of members come on and ask whatever question you want to know about in depth, get down and dirty, talk about everything that's going on in the website. And we'll have that information up for everybody. You guys can all join in on it to join Justin on the VIP meeting, the Zoom meeting. If you want to be a part of it with Justin, all you got to do is get involved, get a hold of me, get a hold of Justin. We'll get you in on this Zoom meeting. It's going to be $25 a month. But if you get into it before January 1st, 2025, it'll be $20 a month. And then after January 1st, if you've already signed up, it'll stay at $20. But if you haven't, and we only got 10 spots. So if you want one of the 10 spots, and like I said, Elliot and I haven't opened this up for quite a couple of years now. So we're excited to open it up, and we're excited to have Justin running these Zoom meetings now, which is going to be incredible because you're all watching Justin fish all the time. So now you're going to get to talk to him personally in a Zoom style meeting where you can ask him questions, and you won't even believe as this thing goes along. What I've learned is we don't know what questions you want to know. And there's a lot of people that ask a lot of questions, and other people are super stoked to be a part of it. Yep. They do a lot to help a lot of people, and they don't ask.
Holy heck. Does this guy need all these buckets for? What are you doing, dude? Why do you got all? Does Nordhaven have a part of the bucket? Oh no, it's Lowe's. Could you imagine if you sold buckets? Look at this dock. It's just torn to shreds. It's got all these pipes and everything on it. It's all buckled over. What causes this? Look at all these buckets. Isn't this incredible? Check it out. Buckets everywhere.
What we're doing, gang, is we're showing you some of our viral videos that are going absolutely bananas right now on every platform.
Cutting, 500-600 halibut a day. You might walk away for a sec to sharpen a knife or something. You might get pulled away from your spot. And so it was always really important to always start on the same side every time. That way if someone walks up, you cut your finger, you got to go put a Band-Aid on or something.
They know what
your buddy walks up and he knows this is 3/4 of the way down without even having to flip it over. So that's a little bit of like the mass production side of it, kind of.
So is that the only way that this fish can be filleted?
No.
Because I know I'm asking him because I saw a video, Gabe, where you did the one down at that fish processor.
I've
never seen the guy do it the way that the other guy did.
But see, if you feel this is different fish. The ones he's doing are California. They don't have this. If you feel the spine right here, gang, it's elevated. So you can't do the one. You'll leave a bunch of meat on either side. So on these guys, you have to do it this way. And believe me, Jesse worked in a in a processing plant where you got to save as much of the fish because that's what they're getting paid on. They paid the fishermen by the pound, so they got to get as much yield. I love when I make a video and people go, "Oh, look at all the waste."
Cutting, 500-600 halibut a day.
So that video, gang, has gone absolutely viral on every social media platform. We are pretty much killing it all over the place if you're watching our videos. And I want to thank all of you. Without all of you helping me out, watching my videos and leaving your great comments, none of this stuff would happen. It's all because of our core members, our 800,000 followers. And it's you guys that are driving this algorithm. Even on the places where we were getting suppressed for a while, there's no suppression anymore. Everything's flying. Everything's going absolutely bananas, and we're super excited about it. And I can't thank you all enough. And we're going to have a great deal. We're going to launch it on Friday for the members of the website. We do a lifetime every year. We break it out. This year, we're going to do a little something different. We're going to bring it out on Friday for the Black Friday sale, and it's going to go through Christmas, and it's going to be a great way for you guys to get involved. And those of you that have been loyal to me the whole time, I got a great deal for everybody. So thank you all very, very much. Our website, I can't even believe it. We're up to so many. And then we have a sale for all of our clothing. Elliot can show you guys a little bit of our clothing. Thanks to Elliot's wife and Kelly and Elliot. You guys put together the most phenomenal store. And the discount's live, 25% off statewide on all the merchandise on our website, which is phenomenal. You guys cannot believe. You got to get a pair of your Saltwater Guide underwear. You need a pair. You got to have a pair. We laugh and joke about it all the time. And then Brent's going to go diving with a pair of my underwear on and make some videos underwater with our underwear on. We're super excited about that. But we have so many SKUs in the store. If you go over there and check it out. Why am I so excited? Because the fishing right now is probably the best it's been all season. Yeah, I know there's a lot of you out there that wait, oh, I just want a tuna. There's so much more fun stuff to catch than tuna. There's white sea bass, halibut, yellowtail are biting, and they like to bite all winter long, especially with the volume of squid out there. Elliot's showing you guys the clothing. Take advantage of that. And remember, you want to get this clothing sooner than later, because when we do the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Festival, everybody that shows up wearing our clothes there, no code. All you do is just use when you check out, everybody gets 25% off. You don't need a code. That QR code is just a way to get to the clothing site. But gang, if you're showing up at the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Festival, which I know all of you will, when you're wearing my clothes and you show up at my booth, we give you free stuff. All of our sponsors give us bags and bags and bags of stuff to give away to everybody. And how do you get the free stuff? All you got to do is be wearing our apparel, whether it's my shirt or my hat. You want to get it sooner than later. We had so many people come up to the booth last year and go, Dave, my shirt didn't arrive in time. And then I would sell you a shirt at the booth. I'm not going to have that many shirts to sell at the booth this year. So if you guys want to get free stuff at the booth this year at Pacific Coast, you got to order your clothing now. Get it now. Get it sent to you. Get it to you, because that shows the first week of March, the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Festival, and you don't want to not be there wearing our clothes. You'll see so many people wandering around the show floor with the Your Saltwater Guide shirt on. And then also, if you're going fishing with Justin on his boat and you catch the heaviest lobster this year and you're wearing one of my shirts or one of my hats, you're going to get $1,000 worth of product. Now, the guy that caught the 12-pound, 7-ounce lobster the other night, guess what he didn't have? He wasn't wearing any of our clothes, so he doesn't even qualify. So I think the big lobster right now, if I remember correctly, is 4 pounds. So you got an opportunity to easily beat that. Easily. So make sure you got our clothing on. Take advantage of all these great sales. Everybody's trying to offer you guys great sales. Check it all out. Check it all out. And then Tim Ogilvy's asking me something about fluorocarbon, and one of his buddies said he doesn't see a need to have it anymore? Well, let me tell you, all I know from all my years of fishing for a living is if you're not confident with what's tied on the end of your line when you throw your line in the water, you're going to second guess yourself all day. So to get off of the fluorocarbon thing and jump back into the mono thing, I don't know. Fluorocarbon is supposed to be invisible underwater. We're trying to get a bite. So I'm going to keep with the fluorocarbon personally. But if he's having good luck not using it, then he's confident not using it. Oh, cool, Bill. How wonderful was that? Did you have a good time doing that? Did you have a good time catching the thrasher? I know lobster fishing was a little slow, but it looked like your wife and the other young lady that were on the boat had a great time hooping. They both caught the only lobsters on the boat. So how wonderful was that? And then that thresher shark, how good was that to eat? How wonderful was that thresher shark to eat? Don't forget about the discount. And then we got quite a few people that didn't see that video to begin with. Let me show you this. This is something that's hot. You got to get these. You have to have these, especially if you have your own boat. You got to have this on your boat. With all the squid around right now, there's no reason to not have one of these on your boat. This is the monofilament bait hoop net from Promar. Watch this. Now, you can't get the squid to float, but we can see the white glow all around the boat. We can see it down there. We just can't get it up high enough for us to scoop it. So this monofilament bait hoop net absolutely revolutionizes squid fishing. I wish we had these 30, 40 years ago when I was doing this every day. Absolute game changer. You will not ever have to try to get it to float ever again. You just let that net sink down below where you're seeing it, and then you slowly pull it up through that giant volume of squid that won't float. And as you see the net come up to the surface, lo and behold, you'll have enough to fish with for the day. Go get your sea bass, yellowtail. There you go. And then if you want to fill your freezer, throw it in the water a couple more times. So check this net out right here, right now. With the big savings going on over at Promar right now for the Black Friday sale, you can't go wrong. Get a couple of these. You won't be bummed, I promise. So that's the monofilament bait hoop net. It's a game changer, and I just showed you it working. That thing works so good. Captain Al's got one. Justin's getting one tomorrow when he's at Promar, because there's pretty much squid everywhere. Jeanette, I heard you and David had squid floating around the boat the other night while you were trying to hoop net. We've got an invasion of squid. If you didn't watch our podcast on Friday, go back and watch that. It's absolutely incredible, the volume of squid that's out here in Southern California right now, and it's on the coast. It's at the islands. So you want to make sure you have one of those nets so you can take advantage of it. You never know when it's going to pop up. And if you can fill up your freezer with squid and be ready for the springtime when there is no squid and we're having a hard time catching it, but you already have it in your freezer because you took advantage of the invasion of squid right now, I think you'll be pretty happy. I was talking to one of my buddies, Marty, on the squid boat last night. They got 40 tons. And he's saying they're probably going to hit the quota before Christmas. He hopes not. But on the other hand, they all hope so because they want to get that money for Christmas. But why am I talking about that? Because you know what that bodes well for us that need to buy squid for bait? These guys will probably be selling bait squid from January on, trying to make some money. And that'll bode well for us because, you know, as the last couple of years, squid fishing was really hard, and it was really hard to buy bait because no one was selling it because those guys it wasn't worth their while to go out there and try to catch the fish because it wasn't even here. But like Don Brockman was saying on Friday, the water temperature on the bottom is 55. The water temperature on the top is 55. Most areas. San Diego's 56, 57, 58, and same temperature on the bottom. We haven't had that for quite a few years. The temperature on the top's been very warm the last few years, temperature on the bottom colder. So we haven't had that influx of the squid that we have now. So we have so much squid right now, and it's because of that water temperature. Donnie and I both believe that. Todd Manser, welcome to the show. I see your comment up there, Todd. I was just talking, I was just telling everybody, you and I were just talking how people are missing out on the great fishing in Southern California because they got bluefin fever still. Even after 7 or 8 years, they still have this bluefin fever. I know bluefin are great and all that, but man, I really do wish some people would take advantage of this and go and catch some of the other fish that are swimming around. Enjoy your boat. Go out and go fishing, gang. Most people put their boats away. The bluefin are gone. The yellowfin never showed up. There was no Dorado. I'm going to sit and suck my thumb until next summer. No, don't do that. Go fishing. Go have fun. Go fill up your freezer with squid. Go do lobsters. Go to the island. Catch sea bass and yellowtail and halibut. And enjoy your stuff. And if you don't know how to do all that, you don't know where to do it all that, that's why I built that phenomenal website, yoursaltwaterguide.com. I've heard people say, oh, it's just for beginners. I've seen them over on the other websites. Oh, you don't want to be involved with that. That guy lives in Cabo. What does he know? He lives in Cabo. I don't want to know what he knows. Well, we got 4 guides that fish out of Southern California every single day. We got access to Mr. Todd Manser. Every day I can pick up the phone and call Todd, find out what's going on. Family owns a couple of sport boats in Dana Point. What does Donna own, Todd? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sport boats, whale watch boats, Dana Wharf sport fishing. We kind of got a handle on it. And you watch the guests that come on our show, the who's who of the sport fishing industry come on my show and talk to us and share all the great information. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of our website? That's the great question. Not why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? I don't leave the dock without the most bestest information I could possibly have. I'm never going to go fishing without calling 15 people before I leave the dock. I'm never going to go without having the most up-to-date information. Why would you do that? And when you hear people say, oh, I don't know that Dave Hansen guy, have you ever met him? Have you ever sat down and had a cup of coffee with him? No, that guy, They all love to talk about me because you know why? They're super jealous. Look at it. I live in Cabo. I got a monkey. I got a beautiful wife. I have a great life. I have all of my friends right here on the show. I got 800,000 followers. We get millions of views a day. I understand why they don't like me. My goodness. That tells you the story right there. But my gosh, what a bunch of potato heads. You don't want the best information you could possibly have? Who cares where I live? When they say, oh, he lives in, you know why they say that? It's because they're jealous. They're jealous. They can only dream about living in a place with no crime. So always remember when you're hearing people talk crap about me, just remember they don't even know me. They've never sat down and had a cup of coffee with me. So to always remember that. And like a lot of our members do, they like to go out on the sport boats and ask the question. Hey, what do you think of your saltwater guide? And then they sit back and laugh and they listen. Those guys are super jealous. Could you imagine? I built a better mousetrap. They're like super bummed. They can't believe it. They're like, well, I don't understand what he did. He's a sellout. You guys were calling me a sellout 30 years ago. You're late to the party now. I was selling out 30 years ago when I made those VHS videos. Yeah, we made... Back in 1989, we made a series of VHS videos with Don Brockman, Joe Bongos, Danny Jackson, and we gave away all the fishing spots. I wasn't the only one. We had plenty of guys that were in on it. But I got the biggest name, so I was the guy. Mark Wish, he wrote that book and gave away all the spots. He's a giant sellout. We're horrible human beings. We're sharing all of our knowledge with you, so you're better fishermen. You have a better chance of catching fish when you go. So just remember that as we move along. And gang, if you have a product that you would like to get in front of millions of people, I am open to helping anybody that wants some help. We do. Todd Manser, good close personal friend of mine. We have Manser Marine and McCarty Yacht Sales on the live fishing shows every day with Justin. We have Don Stanley Plumbing on the live fishing shows. We have Code 4 Roofing on the live fishing shows. Promar, Okuma, Deckhand Sports, who has a big sale coming up this Friday. It's going to be great to show you the new product that they have. And the big Black Friday sale, 40% off all his products. We got all these great people. Okuma, I was just fishing with the president and the former president and the president of product development. They get it. They understand. There's nobody doing more for the industry than your saltwater guide. I don't care what all those booger-eating crybabies say. And the people that know, they know. The people that know are standing behind us. They know we're getting their products in front of the people that are going to buy it. So think about that the next time you're getting ready to put your ad in a newspaper or a magazine or on AM radio. Think about that. I'm right here. I do a live show 6 days a week. We do the live fishing shows 4 days a week. We put out 3 brand new videos every single day. If you want to get your stuff in front of people that are going to buy your stuff, call me 949-374-0786. We will help you. I promise you. We will make your company's name very famous. Do you think we're going to be bigger next year? I do. I'm not slowing down. I'm not putting it in neutral. I'm not going to lay down and let somebody steamroll past me. It ain't going to happen, gang. Plus, nobody makes 3 videos every single day. There is nobody. Nobody can do that. They're like, how do you do it? Because I'm motivated. I've been fishing my whole life. Getting up at 3 o'clock every morning, going fishing till 4 o'clock in the morning and getting back up at 3 o'clock in the morning and going fishing at 4 o'clock in the morning, day in and day out for my whole life. So this putting videos out and talking to you is simple, but most people can't do it. People with all the knowledge can't talk. And then the other guys that can talk are lazy. So they're not going to do this, and they're not going to get instant gratification. We got a foothold on this a long time ago. We were doing social media when social media wasn't cool. And now we're not viral on one platform. Like a lot of your friends and family that are viral, they're viral on one platform. They're viral on TikTok. They're viral on Instagram. We're viral on every platform that is known. TikTok, Instagram, Threads, X, YouTube. When I put out a video, it goes out on every social media platform. You guys can't buy that. Try to go and buy that kind of advertisement. Let me know what that's going to cost you. What I offer you is pennies on the dollar compared to what these big ad companies are going to. And you can't sell your product if you're not advertising, gang. I promise you that. So let us help you. We're right here. We do this live show 6 days a week. Nobody does that. I've been doing this for 5 years. 6 days a week. Pretty incredible, right? Yep, make America fishy again. Absolutely. We're trying to help. The whole thing has changed so fast and so rapidly in the last 2 weeks. Everything has changed tremendously, gang. People are deciding that they don't have to hang on now. They know there's light at the end of the tunnel. Things are going to happen. Jeanette, my show on Friday, you're going to love it. I hope that you can help us participate in it as much as you can. I'm bringing Bonnie and Mike on the show. They're the ones that woke everybody up to what's going on this wind turbine lie that's going on, this lie of green energy, which it's the farthest thing from green energy that you could possibly imagine. Bonnie is the the executive director of the Long Island Commercial Fishing Association. And then Mike Dean's been trying to save the East Coast fishing and whales for a very long time. They're both going to join me on the show on Friday to talk about these wind turbines. And you guys don't understand, but one of the things that our new president was campaigning on was that he was going to shut down this garbage. Well, I sure hope he does, because there's way too many whales have died so far from the thing that isn't even close to green energy. It's the farthest thing from green you can even imagine. And it's going to be a great show. You guys are going to get woke up a little bit more. We're going to shake you around a little bit more. We have a little more freedom of speech. You're going to hear a little bit more cool stuff about what's going on. And they will be with me on Friday at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, so you can learn more about the great things that are going to happen to the United States of America in the next 4 years. And when I say great, I mean absolutely great. We now have a voice at the table when it comes to these fishing closures, which are the most dumbest things in the world. Sport fishermen have zero effect on the population of fish in the ocean. If they really wanted to help Southern California, or if they really wanted to help the California, Oregon, Washington, Alaska fishery, they would do something about the California sea lion, but they don't want to. April, my friend April Volke and myself, we've been trying to put together a really good podcast for you, and we can't get anyone from NOAA or any of the fisheries management to come on our show and talk about the California sea lion. When we bring up that animal, we get hung up on. It's the most amazing thing you've ever heard. These are people that are supposed to be protecting our fisheries, and they don't want to talk about the only problem we have in California, Oregon, Washington, and Alaska. It sure the hell ain't fishermen, and it sure the hell isn't commercial fishing. It's the California sea lion, the most overpopulated animal on the planet Earth. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. Dave, Jeanette, you guys get together. You guys will make that happen. I promise. Jeanette, Dave's a good human being, and he'll make sure you're taken care of. But listen, gang, the California sea lion is the number one problem in California, Oregon, Washington, and Alaska. This is the reason why we don't have any salmon anymore. It's the number one reason why our fishing is being depleted. It is the reason. Nobody wants to talk about it, and everybody loves the sea lion, the cutest animal. They're so cute. It's sad when I see these fisheries management people talking about this and that, but they never, ever bring up the California sea lion. It's not in any discussions. You can't find anything about it. It's the most protected animal on the planet. It's got more rights than your children. Absolutely, gang. It's the most protected animal on the planet Earth for no reason at all. They're a filthy, dirty, disgusting animal full of diseases. They stink to high heaven. They poop and pee everywhere. They've taken over all of our harbors up and down the coast from Alaska to we can go down here to Cabo San Lucas Marina right now, and you won't even believe the damage they're doing into the Cabo San Lucas Marina. These are California sea lions. But nobody will come on a show and talk. None of the people that are supposed to be protecting fish want to talk about it. Why is that? Somebody help me out. Somebody, I'm right here. I'll take all your comments, your questions. Somebody tell me why no one wants to talk about the sea lion. Now, April, she's a huge fisherman. Steelhead fisherman. She's been doing it forever. She guided for 20 years. She cared. Once she found out that the California sea lion was eating her favorite animal, the steelhead, she about lost her mind. She started crying. She was so pissed. She can't find anybody to come on her podcast and talk about it. I've been begging for years. I can't get anybody to talk about it. If any of you out there know anybody in the fishing management side, ask them and watch, just watch what happens. They're going to shut you down so fast. They're going to tell you that that's not the problem, which it's the only problem. It is, but they don't want to talk about that. It's easier to take a fishing pole out of your kids' hands than it is to take care of the one problem that we have, which is the California sea lion. So they'd rather take a fishing pole out of your children's hands than deal with the real problem, which is the overpopulation of the California sea lion. That is the only problem. And the really cool thing is I don't get any pushback from anybody because nobody on the other side will talk about it. Nobody. So that's why I know I have freedom to say whatever I want about it, because nobody will talk about it. Yeah, thank you very much, Joe. Yep. Nobody wants to talk about the California sea lion, but everybody wants to talk about taking fishing poles out of our children's hands to save the planet, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, gang. I only got truth. You guys might not agree with what I say every day, but at the end of the day, it's still the truth, whether you like the truth or not. And I know 1/10 of 1% of the population hates truth. We know that for a fact because America just spoke, and 1/10 of 1% voted for lies, and the other 9/10 voted for truth. And you guys saw that. America has spoken. A lot of stuff's changing really, really quick. A lot of us on the inside are blown away at how fast it's changing, how quickly it's changing. It's super exciting to be alive right now and seeing all the great changes. Now, if we can just find somebody on the other side that'll talk about sea lions, I'll feel like, woo, let's go. Let's talk about it. I'm ready. I got a book full of stuff. I'll bring my good buddy Todd Manser on here. We'll blow your minds. We'll talk about sea lions. April Volke, myself, Todd Manser, and bring on whoever you want. Bring on whoever you want to tell us that the sea lion's not the problem. Bring it on. Watch. I got a huge mouth. People can hear me everywhere. You hear me on Spotify, Apple, Megaphone, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. How come no one wants to talk about the sea lion with me? Why? What's the problem? I can't even imagine how good fishing would be at San Clemente Island or Catalina Island, the Coronado Islands, which have just been an absolute horrible, horrible sea lion problem since I was a little kid. I can't even imagine how phenomenal the fishing would be if we started to regulate the California sea lion. It would be incredible. The bait fish would come back. Well, wait a minute. The bait fish is everywhere. I was buying into the garbage that the lies are trying to feed us. There's plenty of everything except for salmon, halibut, the stuff that the sea lions eat. We got to do something about this sea lion problem, gang. If we wait 10 years and I'm still talking about it, it's going to be absolutely insane. Way worse than it is now. Way, way worse. Yep, now there is hope. Now there is hope. People are starting to understand, Tim. It's absolutely spectacular. And those of you that are pissed off right now, look around. You got less than 1/10 of 1% on your side. That ought to scare the living bejesus out of you to think you've been believing in that lie. That lie they've been shoving down your throat. I'm sorry. All I got is truth, gang. We need to do something about the California sea lion. We need to take advantage of the Promar 20%, excuse me. What was that? On the apparel, let me see. We need to take advantage of this. Check this out. 35% off the apparel, 20% off of everything. Free gifts. Brian's going to be throwing them in the box. Go over there. Elliot was nice enough to jump on the show today and show us all the great products. You literally can go through the QR code right now and go over to the Promar website, and literally you can be on there till tomorrow when we go live again, and you won't even get to see all the products. You are using these products every single day when you go fishing, whether it's freshwater, saltwater, lobster fishing, squid fishing. You're using a Promar product every day. They make the squid jigs that you're snagging squid with. Our good buddy Jack was snagging squid the other day. All that stuff works phenomenal. We'll bring Justin back in on the show tomorrow. He'll talk about his Zoom meeting tomorrow, because he's up in the mountains with his family, and I'm glad that he is enjoying Thanksgiving holiday with his family. Captain Al's out at the river. He's driving there right now. That's why he's not on the show. I want to thank all of you, though, for jumping in here and sharing all your knowledge with us and everything that's good about being a member of the website. Dave, thank you very much for that new video. Elliot's putting it together right now. We'll definitely be playing that. We'll play it on Wednesday on the show. Show everybody a preview of Dave's new video over at Deckhand Sports. So you'll get a preview of that. I got a new video from Todd Manser that we'll be previewing on Justin's live fishing show. He's going to go live Wednesday out on the water, and then we'll bring in, hopefully one of my buddies over at Okuma will join us on Wednesday. Tomorrow, maybe we can pull Brian off of filling up all these orders, and he can come on the show for a few minutes and talk. I'll beg him. I'll call him up and ask him if he can join us. They are so busy at Promar. I don't know if he'll make it, but hopefully he can make it. Justin, hopefully he can make it. Al said he'll be on the show tomorrow. He'll park the dune buggy for a few minutes. He's going to bring his little girl on the show to tell everybody thank you. She was blown away. I think we raised over $1,100 for her jogathon for her school. So they'll be able to buy a lot of pencils and a lot of paper for her art classes. So I want to thank you guys all for that, for all the donations to Kira's school and her jogathon. She ran all 35 laps. We raised a phenomenal amount of money for that little girl. So thank you all very much. Thank you all for being there for me and Kelly Girl. Kelly Girl and I have a rough afternoon. We're going over to the pool for the rest of the day. So you guys try to be kind to each other. I know why everyone hates me, because I have to go to the pool right now. Thank you for watching today. Thanks for being a part of. Find me somebody on the other side to talk sea lions. Please, please, please. Somebody's got to be willing to talk. All right, gang, I'll see you tomorrow. Be kind to each other. Turn off the news. They're all lying. If you want to be part of Justin's VIP, give me a call at 949-374-0786. Also, I'll give you a free look at the greatest fishing website ever made for fishermen.